Meghan attended Northwestern University as a freshman in 1999. According to the Chicago Tribune, she pledged Kappa Kappa Gamma while she was going to school there. Hazing is a modern form of bullying that plenty of college staffers are doing their best to stomp out. As of now, it doesn't look like hazing is going anywhere since college students are learning new and deceptive ways to keep up with old traditions without getting caught. Rumour has it that Meghan was kicked out of sorority because she superglued a fellow student's eyelids together. The story was shared on Quora and was told by a tweeter. The person had a neighbour who has a cousin that used to be married to a postal worker who delivered mail to a Northwestern University assistant professor who taught one of her traumatised sorority sisters. The post read, "At 20, Rachel, Meghan Markle, took part in an unspeakable hazing incident. She used superglue, not eyelash glue, to glue shut the eyelids of two first-year sorority pledges. What kind of moron does that? Only someone who's insanely smart, right? Or would it be someone who has malice and envy in her heart?" The outcome of this hazing incident was that two young women were almost permanently blinded and so traumatized they couldn't bear to be in the same room as this malicious criminal. Northwestern held a full inquiry into the incident. Meghan's father used his lottery money to buy her legal representation that was able to get her records sealed, which is why Northwestern is completely silent on the subject of Rachel Meghan Markle. Northwestern may have been hit with a gag order and sealed records, but the sorority had other chapters, and it didn't take long for word to get around as to exactly why the Northwestern chapter was placed under probation. Apparently it explains why none of her sorority sisters from Kappa Kappa Gamma celebrated her wedding. However, she was described as being a delightful person, a truly wonderful person, and someone who always seemed lovely by her fellow Kappa sisters. Someone also mentioned that she's always been very kind. Though Meghan has largely remained mum about her time during college, reporting that she has a theatre nerd and loved that Northwestern gave her a chance to explore her biracial identity through an African American studies class. As Liz Corris Graham, a woman who rushed Kappa Kappa Gamma alongside Meghan when they were freshmen, told the Chicago Tribune, Meg was sort of always this ethereal, sophisticated, beautiful creature who lived with us and was always willing to lend you a top. Her Kappa sister Liz also mentioned that Meghan was always diplomatic as she navigated conflict in the sorority house, which we imagine was great preparation for navigating the many rules and complications of the royal family, though Kappa's core values may have also played a role. According to Carrie Hahn, who is a sister from the same sorority but in another chapter in Florida, Kappa is very passionate about philanthropy, and Meghan is a perfect embodiment of those values. I think Meghan will be able to use the skills she's learned and use them with a new role within the royal family. Another Northwestern Kappa Kappa Gamma member who graduated a year before Meghan, Coulter Bump, recalls how she and her sisters were instantly drawn to Meghan's charm and worked hard to recruit her. She always had this manner of being dignified and poised, just very appropriate in every circumstance, she said. "A person like that is what I wanted to ensure we had in our house, and luckily she liked us back. Considering how smitten we are with the glowing beauty, it's no surprise that an 18-year-old Meghan was a top pick when it came to recruitment."